Welcome, everybody. We're 1 week away from awesomeness. Next week is the show, the Bethesda Xbox Showcase, the Xbox Bethesda Showcase, and I personally could not be more excited.
I am excited.
I, too, am excited. So that is next Sunday, everybody. As a result, just get rid of this or get this out there at the top of the show. Next week's show, we record this on Friday. It would be pointless for us to record it on Friday because then Sunday is this big event and everything would be, discombobulated. You wouldn't want to listen to us. So we actually will be recording the next podcast on Monday, June
12th.
12th?
Because I believe the event is Sunday, June 11th.
Yes.
I'll pull up the calendar just to
Pull up the
double check,
calendar.
but
'cause
I know
feel
I'm
like,
right.
feel like that might be right.
I believe I'm correct in this one.
Are you?
And I was wrong. It's actually Monday, June 13th.
I thought so, because I thought 12th was the
and
Sunday.
the 12th was the Sunday. So I apologize.
You
I was wrong. But did you see the confidence I had? You almost believed me. Yeah.
I did. It's all about confidence,
yeah.
baby. It's all about confidence. So, yeah, Monday, June 13th, we'll be live here on YouTube. If you'd like to come talk about all things Bethesda Xbox Showcase, join us on that Monday. It's the day after, so everybody's going to have a chance to watch it. Everyone's going to have a chance to review it, talk about it, and it's going to be a good time. Join us then. As always, what episode is this? 414, I believe. Welcome back, everybody, to the XoneBros. Let's jump right into it. PlayStation had their State of Play yesterday.
Yes, they did.
And one of the things that came out of that State of Play was Spiderman.
Coming to PC.
Coming to PC. And I think, and I chuckled when I saw it. I did a little because, and I'm a little jaded. But I'm jaded.
In general, you're jaded in general.
I'm jaded in general. I'm a jaded human in general. But I remember when Xbox started putting their games on PC, and I was like, well, why buy an Xbox? That's stupid. This is dumb of Xbox. And what Xbox is doing is they're changing the business model of gaming. And I believe Xbox is continuing to lead the way this generation. And proof of that is Sony now moving their game to PC. Mm-hmm. I think it's the future. You want your software in the hands of as many people as can play it, and PC is a part of that. And I think Xbox is furthering that. I think they're pushing it. I think it's correct. I believe that they will end up on top. Anyways, I just think they're continuing to lead the way, and I think PlayStation going over or putting Spiderman, such a huge title,
and a really
like
good
Spiderman,
game,
over on PC benefits all gamers, and I think shows us that indeed Xbox really is leading the way this generation. Not last generation, not at all. But this generation, they definitely are. Thoughts, Jordan?
Well, it's a really good game. So if you haven't had a chance to play it, now's the best time. Now's a good time to jump in because they're giving you. I forget exactly what they called it, but I think it's a quote unquote remastered version. So it has all the PC upgrades and all that stuff. But
DLC and everything too. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe it's like a game of the year.
Get to wear
remastered.
the outfits you want to wear.
Yeah. But no, Spider-Man was a really fun game. The open world was really cool. It was a good classic feeling Spider-Man. They nailed the swinging.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do in the. Yeah. That's what you got to do in Spider-Man games. But it was really good. And like I said a few weeks ago, I feel like in my older age, I understand the purpose of exclusives, and I don't think they're necessarily going away. But I like when people can play where and when they want to play. And you both made fun of me, but
What? Wait, when did I make fun of you?
We never make fun of you.
Yeah, you do.
Well, yeah, but
but not about this.
No, remember I was talking about sometimes I wish like just games would be everywhere for everybody.
Oh yeah, I do remember that snippet.
Yeah, and then you guys
that was a stupid comment.
Spicy, how about you? What do you think? Am I overstating the case here? Do you think, or is this an indication that Xbox really is leading this generation?
Well, I think the smartest move Microsoft made in the last 10 years was to realize that they were competing with themselves.
Yeah.
Because the PC, no offense to our PC players, I am one of those. It's technically Microsoft's other console.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, it's kind of like we ignored that a little bit. Maybe it's because a lot of the world didn't like Microsoft. I don't know. But as soon as they figured that out, they started doing some moves to, we see a lot of the games, Game Pass Ultimate. You get the games on both your PC and your Xbox. Those kind of moves are geared towards one ecosystem, which, I mean, when you realize that you are competing against yourselves, why not just make it one ecosystem and then have people pay for Game Pass Ultimate, for example? So
Well, and they did it in such a better way because remember they had it was during the 360 era, but remember they had games for Windows,
yes,
which didn't do so well. So this time around, not only did they create their own, let's call it custom platform, which would be the Game Pass app on your computer for their games, they also released them in other places like Steam.
Yeah.
So people who are already invested in the Steam ecosystem can get those games there.
Yeah. So to answer your question, David, I mean, this is I'm not jaded. I don't feel like I'm jaded like you.
Sure.
I think when a move is made by a big entity and it works, other entities have to follow, or they follow along the wayside. A move like this is a good move, or originally, when Microsoft originally did this, it's a great move for us because now we get the benefit of a competitor trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Now we get a game like Spiderman, which I agree with Jordan. It is a fantastic game. If you haven't had a chance to play it, maybe because you don't have a PlayStation or for whatever reason, it is a fantastic game. They've made good Spider-Man games. They've made bad Spider-Man games. And I think this is one of the top tier, if not the best Spider-Man game that has been released. And I played them all since the Super Nintendo days. I don't think they had an NES one. I've played them all, and I think this one is by far one of the best that you can play. It's fantastic. The story's great. It's open world. You have the collection ability, or opportunity, I guess you could say. The suits are fun. Everything about this game was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's one of the games that I rarely 100% games on PlayStation for some reason. I think it's because I prefer the achievement system on the Xbox ecosystem a lot more than trophies. But this is one that I 100%ed because I just absolutely love that game. So having it come to PC for another audience to play it maybe, or for us to play it again, it's awesome.
Said it before, I'll say it again. The next 5 years of gaming is going to look completely different than the past 5 years. I might be on 4 now because I've been saying that for so long. Maybe 3.
Well, and keep in mind, I believe it's just the first Spider-Man game, so it's not the Miles Morales one.
Yep.
Which is on PS5.
Yeah, it looks like the strategy, which is actually a smart strategy.
They're releasing their kind of
release on PlayStation.
Classics. Yeah.
Give it time. When the hype is gone from there, after you've sold all you can sell on PlayStation, then move it to PC and get some sales there. So that does seem like, at least that's what it seems like with this one, anyways. But regardless, it is exciting, and I think it's, again, I think Microsoft is leading the way. I think that they a little bit have an advantage. They have an advantage in the respect that when you're behind, you're doing anything you can to catch up, and they have been catching up. The gap is closing. I think they're close to 100,000 in the U.S. between Xbox and PlayStations now. Like
consoles, is it really that close? I thought it was
super
still
close.
Millions.
Yeah, at least that's according to the VGC chart that I saw this week, I believe. Correct me. I mean, it's like 100,000. It's right in there. Like they've been closing.
Wow.
They've been closing the gap.
Impressive because I thought it was more.
Yeah. So it
and I bet you a lot of it's to do with that Series S.
It is.
Oh, I'm sure.
And also
and
console
you can't
availability.
You can't buy a PlayStation.
Maybe Microsoft is sabotaging their factories or something.
That is. We do have 2 super chats. Let's get to those real quick. DJ Hero, who has been a member for 23 months, Tier 1 Wingman status. Thank you very much. DJ Hero, if you'd like to become a member, hit that membership button on YouTube right now. He says, what's your craziest prediction for the Xbox show?
Craziest? We get the holodeck.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna stay tame. Halo Battle Royale.
Oh, that's a good one.
I
think there's a good chance that'll happen. I think it'll bring a lot of life and injection back into the game, and I think it would be cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, this is not a crazy one either. This is very safe, so we're not really answering your question. What's your craziest one? Craziest one would be, I think we see the next Elder Scrolls game. That's right.
I know. Yeah, I think
that's my crazy prediction.
That is crazy because I don't think that will happen.
But my normal one is I am very
again.
excited for Forza Motorsport 8 or whatever, Infinity, Forza Motorsport Forever, whatever it's going to be.
Infinite?
Yeah, Infinite. Just be Forza Motorsport.
Beyond.
But I'm very excited for that because it's been, 4 years now since a motorsport.
Yeah, because they did another Horizon. They went Horizon 4 and 5, and then they. So is it Forza Motorsport? Is it 7 or 8
It's
that we're
8.
on?
It'll be 8
Yeah,
that
we
we're on.
were
Yeah.
just on 7. Well, not just. Last one was 7.
Yeah.
They won't name it 8 though. It'll be something like
No, the 8.
Eternal.
But see, 8 is the infinity
sign. So it'll just be infinity.
Actually, isn't that
They'll
what?
just
for Mario
Yeah,
flip it
Mario
on the
Kart
side.
8. Yeah, it was the
And
infinity.
the infinity sign.
So it'll either be 8 or infinity.
Spicy, what's your any prediction?
Well, I this isn't crazy, but me and Jordan were talking about this before the show. I think they're going to put a lot of emphasis on Avowed. I think that's going to be the game, and that might be one of the if they release it. If this is like a November release, it's going to be a game that I think captures a lot of people. 'Cause
Yeah, if they could slide Avowed into that slot where Starfield was, as like your holiday one.
Yeah.
because that's I think that's a one that people. I mean, it's been obviously low key because we've only seen a
teaser trailer,
a teaser trailer for it from Obsidian. But I think if they, I mean, obviously if it's not ready, don't release it. But if it's ready and they can show some solid gameplay,
yeah.
Well, rumor is
that they're gonna show.
Yeah,
gameplay.
rumor is, in fact, is it Jeff Grubb that said that?
Yes.
Jeff Grubb said, quote, "When it comes to Xbox, I know what the expectation has been. The expectation has been this entire time that we are going to do an E3 show in 2022, and we want a lot of gameplay, and everyone involved should understand that. That's been the marching order since last year. To double down on that, lots of reports on Phil Spencer requiring every game that is shown to have gameplay. There will be basically nothing but gameplay. Or
See, that'll be
not
good.
nothing but gameplay, but a lot of
Yeah.
gameplay.
See, and if they can show fun gameplay for Avowed, and then just throw in a holiday release date, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I think
how
that is
long-
crazy because I don't think that's happening.
Yeah. I mean, how long has the game been in development? I don't know. We only got the teaser last year, but I think that would, if you can slide a game.
No, we got it 2 years ago.
No, it was last year, wasn't it?
No, it was at 2019 E3, correct? At E3 when we first saw Avowed, was it not?
No, it was. When did we get that? teaser?
Chat, help us out.
Yeah, when did we? Was it not last year? Was it the year before? If it was the year
Should we
before,
pull
then
up that
yeah.
we could pull
Then
up
yeah.
that
I'll-
teaser.
I'll
pull
release
up,
it
I'll
this
pull
year.
up. I think I already.
I maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe it was.
I thought it was last year.
No, because
Oh no! Look, July 23rd, 2020. It was 2 years ago. Wow.
yeah,
Wow. Look at
2
that.
years. But yeah, so I don't think it's ready. However, what do you want out of an Avowed
I want
besides a good game?
a modern
Like-
Skyrim.
I know,
Really,
imagine
that's really what I want.
Imagine
Yeah.
Skyrim on a modern engine, modern graphics, modern frame rates. Just imagine that, dude. Just imagine.
I'm imagining it right now.
Like think how awesome Skyrim is to this day. How many? Where we've bought? I've bought it on everything. Like I have it on every console, every PC.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've bought it many, many times because the game is just fantastic. The replayability is decades. You can play it forever and ever and ever. And imagine that with an engine and the hardware
Yeah,
that
I
we
mean,
have today.
Again,
Oh, and there's magic. I
don't-
forgot about that
well,
magic
it looks
little
like,
magic
it
glyph
looks
that
like
he pulls.
Skyrim, like that first-person shot from the cinematic teaser we got.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I don't know how far they are in development, but if you can show us some gameplay and then squeeze in a holiday 20,
Slide it on
Yeah.
in.
You're probably
into a holiday 2022,
You're probably-
that could be the game for the year.
You're probably right, David.
No, I think we'll definitely
They
see
would have
gameplay.
announced more, with all the
No,
delays.
What I'm telling you, the best thing to do for a game is keep it like Avowed. Show teaser trailer, stay quiet for a few years, bam, here it is. You can play it in 6 months. Best thing you can do for a game if it's ready.
Yeah, maybe. I think they'll definitely show gameplay of it for sure, but I don't think we're getting a launch date
Because
for that
I
this
will
year.
I will say this: Microsoft will have a rough holiday if they don't have like one. I don't want to say AAA, but one big game. You know what I mean? I think Avowed could be that big game.
Yeah, no, that's true. One thing that we know is they're not going to show off any hardware. That's being reported by Jez Gordon over at Windows Central. No hardware, so we're not going to get the new iteration of the Xbox. We're not going to get the streaming, dongle that's being worked on.
The
Keystone,
codename Keystone. Whatever.
Yeah.
or any controllers or anything.
No, so no hardware. At least according to Jez Gordon, that's probably accurate. I don't think that seems correct. So all gameplay. So very exciting. What I think Xbox has always missed, and I don't know, did the State of Play have this feel? Because I don't think State of Play has these feels as much as their E3 presentation. For Sony, they always manage to have this like extra style factor, the like cool
I don't know
factor.
if always is the right word.
Not always, no,
yeah.
but cool factor that Xbox has never really seemed to grab in their presentations.
Maybe. I don't know. I think what Sony does well is they how to put this. They lean into their big hitters hard. Mm-hmm. And they create a lot of hype for some of the big games that they've been developing for quite some time.
That's a good point.
So, and I think I think they do that very, very well. Microsoft, they show off a lot. They're like
they go for quantity.
Yeah, and they show a lot of ID stuff. They just show a lot. I like that way too. I don't know if I prefer one or the other because I like games. I like to see what's coming out to create hype. So I don't know. I like both and I like Nintendo's presentation too.
Well, State of Plays are really similar to Nintendo Directs, which is why I like them because I think Nintendo Direct does it best.
Yeah.
So whether it's focusing on one game or doing a showcase of
honestly, if you think about it, the console developers probably have the best showcases, whereas I feel like the other showcases, like the third-party developers, they always fall flat to me because they're concerned about other things than their games.
No, it's true.
In my opinion, and that's maybe just preference. Maybe people do like fireworks and giraffes dancing around and doing a whole bunch of stuff that's not game related necessarily, but I like the Nintendo style. I like the show me games, show me gameplay, show me game, show me gameplay. Maybe a quick thing with for an interview or something. Not even an interview. Maybe something quick so I can go to the bathroom so I don't even have to watch that. But and get a drink or something. But I'm all about the gameplay, and I feel like the hardware people do a really much better job than the third party people. I don't know, in my opinion. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is I like Sony's, I like Xboxes, and I like Nintendo. So I disagree. I think with Sony does it better necessarily because I like both styles.
Yeah. I think Sony just has this like cool feel that
like trumpets and
like no, not that one.
Honk.
That was funny.
Everyone, the best. We should pull that up. The best is because what they tried to do. That's when we were there, right?
Yeah, that was at
it was like
an
artistic thing.
Yeah. I loved. It was when they were doing The Last of Us
Part 2. Yeah,
Part 2 when they were showcasing that, and they wanted to do they had like different rooms set up.
Yeah,
and when it would show the audience, everybody was confused, and it was so. They
tried to do too much there.
It was so funny.
Yeah,
that made me laugh. That's fantastic.
Great question. Thank you very much for that super chat. Super Shocker also has a super chat. He says, "We never make fun of Jordan. Insert name of child born into a fatherless family." Super Shocker, thank you for that super chat. On that, Soulfinder says, Xbox is a non-stop action movie. PlayStation is Pirates of the Caribbean, and Nintendo is a good Marvel movie.
Sure.
I can see how.
I can get behind that.
I can see how that. How
Speaking
that
of
works for
a
you.
good action movie,
Yeah.
did you guys watch Top Gun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really
yes.
good.
Yes. Oh, did you watch it?
It's life changing. That's
so good.
I am a Top Gun guy. I'm born and bred in the 80s.
Dude.
I live my life like how Maverick lives his life. That's how I base every decision I make. And I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna spoil anything for those that haven't seen it, but this is just.
Is there spoilers really though?
Action.
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Action 80s dad movie. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It is what movies used to be.
It really is. It's so refreshing.
It's fun.
To just have a
It's
good
entertaining.
movie.
It's awesome. I loved it. It's like you walk away happier having seen it.
Yes. And some of the shots that they have with the cameras and the planes and stuff, just gorgeous cinematography. Just good sound, good. I love the story. I love all the characters in it. Dude, the movie's so good. I love it. Me and my wife are going to see it again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I was, in fact, I may or may not have made my wife angry with the way that I went to see it. I wanted to see it with the bros.
Yeah,
I wanted to see it with my dad, and I wanted to see it with my brother.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
We're going.
We're going.
So good.
It was so
love
good.
that movie.
You know who I feel bad for? So they.
Okay, hold up. Let me
no-
ask you this.
No, there's
because
there's no spoilers here. No spoilers here. I promise you.
Okay.
But Tom Cruise's love interest in movie number 1 is no longer good looking enough to make it into movie number
That's funny
2.
too. Oh,
And they replace her.
and they got her with Jennifer Connelly, which, by the way, I think is.
Who is
I
a-
don't think you top that.
Who is a babe?
I
like
mean-
at however old she is.
Is she like 45 now?
No, I think she's older than that. But
Yeah, yeah. And
She
Jennifer
is a
Connelly
babe.
in like
I'll look up her age.
in her prime. Oh man.
Also, what are they putting in Tom Cruise's water? Like
his workout
how
regimen.
how do I? He looks the same.
The guy's
Like, what
59,
in the
isn't he?
hell?
Well, I know, and they have some of the other characters from the movie in it, and they've gone through some medical issues and stuff like that
Yep.
have aged them pretty significantly.
She's 51.
51. Yeah. Damn. that is a love interest right there. 10 out of 10. I'm telling you.
She's a babe. But I was thinking through the movie, like, especially they kind of even recreate the love scene a little bit, and I thought in the movie, like, I wonder how she feels. Because I looked her up. She's not bad. Look, she's not. It's not that she's ugly or anything, but they clearly replaced her.
I liked a lot of things about this movie.
It was good.
It makes me.
They also
happy.
did a good job in Top Gun of giving you nostalgia without it being over the top or cheesy, while at the same time being over the top and cheesy.
So
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna make a bold statement.
Make it.
I don't think any movie has ever done fan service as good as this movie.
I
was
agree.
good, though. It was
I
good.
thought that actually during. I was like, they really hugged us. Like they gave us a hug.
It gave us a hug.
Even the beginning of the movie, Tom Cruise comes on
hold
just by himself.
Okay. I'm just scared every
Yeah.
time you start talking.
No. And says, "Hey guys, thank you for being here. We put a lot of work into this movie. I hope you guys like it." Just that. It's like, yes, thank you for appreciating me enough to thank me for coming to see your movie. If everybody had that attitude, and I know other movies have done that, like The Greatest Showman did that. I enjoyed that as well. Other movies have done that, but that's the attitude. Yes, how do we make our fans happy instead of calling them racist for not liking the way we're going with a character in a show, Disney? But thank you. Thank you. We love you. Even they have all the characters in there, and they just have the different roles. But it's cool. It's really,
It really is. It's a good movie. It's a fun action flick, and we got a preview for the new Mission Impossible. It's a 2-parter.
Oh yes, and
That's
again,
fun.
Tom Cruise is the only one not aging. How in the world does he do that? I don't know. I have no idea.
I've only ever spoiled one movie, guys.
Yeah, but it was a pretty big spoiler. Like I think it counts.
What
for
movie
3.
was it?
It was
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
yeah.
I think it counts for like.
It hurt.
But what
3
was the
movies.
spoiler
No,
again?
don't. I'm not even going to bring it up because
It was that
really
all
was.
3 of them met each other?
I did.
That's
so
not a
well.
spoiler. That like the trailer. If the scene is shown in the trailer,
It
it's
wasn't,
not a spoiler.
It wasn't shown in the trailer.
That scene was.
100% it wasn't. I'll bet
We
you-
knew
I
the
will bet
entire
you,
premise of the movie
I will bet you
was that
5 million.
The
Don't even say it.
multiverse
Don't
of the
even say it.
Spider-Mans
Don't even
come
say it.
together.
I'm
I
gonna
will
mute
bet you
I'm just gonna straight up mute
$5
you.
million it was not shown in the movie.
You've been wrong twice already today.
I am 100%
Are you
right
double
on this one.
downing, Jordan?
Are you double downing?
I know for a fact on this one.
Double downing.
Oh man, no, but I actually finally saw Spider-Man. I thought it was a great movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought
very good. It was.
It was a
very
really good. It was a good fan service movie too. But I don't think you top how good Top Gun did their fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super Shocker dropped 2 super chats. He says no spoilers, David. And so how about that Halo or Fortnite or anything other than this topic because he's not seen the movie. Super Shocker, it's so good.
It's really good. You
That's
should
all
go
you
check
need
it
to
out,
know.
man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's all you need to know. You're wrong on that one. Reactor League says at least not till it released.
Yeah, maybe after the release. No, that would be. Why would they show it in the trailer day one after the movie came out? No, it wasn't in the trailer.
No, but I've not spoiled anything. But I've only spoiled one movie, and I have this
trying to spoil it again on the show.
I have. But how long has Spider-Man been out?
I just watched it 2 weeks ago.
Well.
You were a little late.
Yeah,
to the
you're
game,
late
right?
to the
Yeah,
party,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
You are late to the party.
It's just a courtesy, you know. Behind closed doors, you can spoil anything you want. This is the people can't control their ear holes. Not on this show.
Anyways, yeah, we were on the topic of Top Gun. It's really.
I love that movie. I'm gonna watch it 1,000,000 times.
Speaking of something, let's pull up this. Sonic had its gameplay trailer that dropped this week. Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, there was.
And I watched it. I reacted to it on my channel, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Neither do I.
There are things that I like. The world looks beautiful. That's the one right there, the first one.
Yeah, I don't like using them because they put their logo everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's giant too. The world looks beautiful. I love that Sonic is coming back. It fails where I'm confused is Sonic. At no point do they show like Sonic on rails where it's just nonstop speed and so much speed that you're even having trouble to keep up on what direction to go. That's Sonic to me. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
my problem was the rails actually.
Oh really?
So
he's a second generation gamer.
No, not the rails. But
he never played on Sega.
In this.
Yeah, because what happened? David,
so yeah, you will have to go to the gameplay one. Spicy.
Yeah, this is
was
the
not
old
it.
one.
Oh,
Yeah, this trailer makes it look cool. No. So, David, you said it. The first thing that I noticed right away is, and you said it in your video too, there was a lot of sudden stops with Sonic, and it seemed jarring because it felt like as soon as you got that momentum and speed, like you do with Sonic, all of a sudden they ground pound and he stopped. So it felt jarring there. But I noticed a lot of the world. The world, like you said, looks beautiful, but one, it doesn't feel alive. Like no animal life, no, you know, like it just felt stale. The other thing that also made it feel unbelievable is there's just random rails in the sky.
Yeah, and he grinds them.
Yeah, and,
it's like
and
Tony Hawk.
I get why they're there because they're a part of the gameplay. But there was a YouTuber I was watching. I forget his name, but he made a great comparison. He said it feels like these rails were attached to a building. And then they deleted the building, because they're literally just floating in the sky. It almost, and he also said, he was saying, it almost, it looks odd.
It looks like a modded GTA world.
Yeah, kinda. It just looks weird. It looks like someone started to build something in Minecraft and then stopped.
So I don't have I don't have a problem with that necessarily, but I see what you're saying. And it's not that I have a problem with it. I just have questions. My questions here weren't really answered. For instance, it seems like what they're trying to do in my mind. And we'll learn more as this comes out. And right here is an example of it. So that's a little Sonic.
He's running up the wall for those listening.
Yeah, I don't mind that. But the next time he goes up a wall, he's Zelda.
Can you pause it right here?
He's Zelda.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Can you go back 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
How do I?
Just hit the arrow key left. There you go. Right there. See how it's just kind of randomly
Those are all
out?
rails, yeah.
I understand why they're there, but doesn't it make the world feel not cohesive? Like it doesn't feel.
No,
like a world,
I don't mind
that.
I bet you it's like there's hints. There's like a puzzle in and of itself.
Yeah,
like how do you get up there? What do you do up there? Is
why
there
not
up there?
attach it? Why not take that? What we're looking at, guys, is just random rails in the sky. Shift it over about 4 feet onto that mountain. Like make it feel a part of the world, not something you just put in the sky randomly.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hedgehog running at supersonic speeds, so
yeah, and if maybe
they
are Jordan, maybe they're being more, they're catering to the lore a little bit more than you think because he goes at supersonic speeds. The thermodynamics of him running probably kills all wildlife around him. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
the shockwave.
To be fair, there is a lot of popping in this trailer, so maybe the mountain hasn't rendered yet.
No, but continue with the gameplay here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I think what they're trying to do, and I think it's going to be very difficult to do and maintain the traditional Sonic feel. And that is, it's like they're merging Sonic with Zelda. And here's a Zelda example. That's not Sonic to me right there. And there's multiple times that they do this throughout it.
Okay, so describe it for our listeners. He was running up the wall, then stopped, and then he started climbing.
He
like
started
Zelda.
climbing, yeah. And it seems like there's these puzzles throughout the world, very Zelda-esque, that you're using Sonic to solve. But there are very few times, like, there we go, that's Sonic, boom, yes.
Going really fast.
That is Sonic, and then it stops. Whereas, to me, as an OG Sonic guy that loved these games, Sonic is so fast. It's just boom, 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 that you sometimes you can't even keep up with it. I think Beast, who dropped a super chat here, said, I played some old Sonic recently and I had trouble keeping up with the speed, made me feel old. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. I have the Sega Genesis Mini, and my son, I've been playing them with my son, the Sonics, and it's like, whoa, how did I used to do this? And it, just in this trailer, like, see, this is pretty Sonic right here. Yep, I can see that. But watch.
We used to do it on the old systems because Sonic had the attitude of not giving a crap. Like,
yeah,
and that's how you played it. You just went right,
yeah,
as fast as you can. I think this open world, maybe the disconnect here is,
well, like, see, like here, right here, it's like, okay, what we're stringing together, very cool, and then watch, like, we're still even going fast now.
Maybe the disconnect is you care in an open world. You're trying to get stuff, whereas the other games you didn't. You just went right to left as fast as humanly possible.
That's another
or
question.
left to right. I mean,
what is the point of this open world?
Well,
fun.
Oh,
yeah, I think what they're trying to do.
I think that's what you guys are missing. This looks fun to me.
But see that right there, that ground pound? No, I'm not saying it doesn't look fun. The jury's out for me, is what I'm saying, and I'm just expressing the questions I have. Like, see, I love this sequence right here. But then watch, there's a ground pound that I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why we're purposely stopping. Like, that is jarring to me.
Well, I always got stopped when all the coins got knocked out of me.
Yeah.
But you're not getting knocked out.
But you're getting stopped because you're going so fast that you run into something like a spike.
Well, this feels like a open world kind of in God mode, you know? I've always wanted to go at supersonic speeds as fast as humanly possible around the map.
and that's my question is,
does that fit?
There is a part. Yeah, does it fit? How does it feel? And that's where the jury's out. I don't feel like they did a good job of showing me that it's Sonic yet.
To me, this feels like an early concept of what they want to do, because like even the animations look stiff. Like, it doesn't feel like
really?
it's
I think
there
the
yet.
animations look pretty good.
I don't.
I like this. I do like this. This is a puzzle, so you can like do something.
I mean,
okay,
I
like
think
that.
some of the animations look fine, but I think Jordan's right. Some of the animations, when he's like, depending on the camera angle, it was back when he was running across the
He was
bridge,
like walking in the same spot,
and it was like a
just
weird stiffness to him.
Yeah, it's just this
because
feels.
Sonic's not meant to go that slow, man.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Maybe, yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. No, I'm still excited to play this game because I think an open world Sonic would be cool. My issues are right now is just this just feels like an early. This just feels early. Like, it feels like
alpha
there's
gameplay.
like that right there. I agree. I wish I could remember.
Okay, so right here
I
is
forget the YouTuber,
right here
but
is the part where they're showing like the speed in open world, and I like this. I just don't know that the game encourages this. It doesn't feel like it does. It feels like he's doing this just to get from one spot to another quickly, and then it's slowing down.
Do you know what I like though? When he hits a certain speed, the shock wave of the sound barrier. Do you see it? Like, he's going there. It was right there.
Well, I
Did you
think
see
that's
it?
like his boost.
Well, yeah, but it's still a shock wave.
I
like that.
Yeah.
It kind of gives like a I'm going fast feeling.
Yeah. To me,
But
it just feels early. You know what I mean?
There's just random crap all over the sky. Okay, I get that. That's weird. I get that. Just like there's just like stuff there.
Yeah, it's not that. It sounds like we're hammering this. It's not that this is bad or looks bad.
Yeah.
To me, as someone who like wants to see Sonic revived and even in an open world is curious how this will work, it just leaves a lot of questions for me. Is all they weren't answered in this gameplay. Like a gameplay when you watch gameplay of a game and you're like, oh yes, I need to play this. That was not this at all. This was, I don't know yet.
Okay. I mean that's fair because it looks like alpha gameplay.
It looks early, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
it looks like they created a map and they threw stuff all around to test the mobility and the engine.
yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah.
that's what it looks like.
And that's kind of
Well,
how
watch this. This is actually part I laughed in my video on this, but looking back, I actually think this is hyper stupid.
hyper stupid.
Yeah, because he has to go to hyper speed right here, and he just solved that puzzle.
What he
gets in a
just
rat
did,
wheel and runs.
For those listening, he ran in a rat
it's
or
not a puzzle.
gerbil wheel. What do you call those things? And then he's done.
And then it like solves whatever that puzzle is.
That's funny.
Anyways, it's going to be interesting to see how this
Do we
plays
have a
out.
release date on this or anything, or is it
I think
just
it's
like
this year.
Is it
it really is that soon?
Yeah,
This does not look nearly ready for a release date this year. But who knows? Maybe it's going to be
maybe
awesome.
it's one of
it
those
says
things-
2022. Is
Yeah,
the
maybe
date.
it's one of those things where that was like from 6 months ago, and that's all they had. You know, like this is from 6 months ago.
holiday 2022 confirmed 2 days ago.
We'll see. I mean, it could be fun. I just, I think David's right. It's just there's questions. Like, okay, how is this gonna work?
It does look early. This looks very like early in development.
Really? See, I didn't.
No,
find
just
that.
well, the shrubbery is there. It's kind of plain. Like they put stuff around the map to like put stuff there. It's not deliberate.
Wait.
And we're ignoring the pop in too. Like there is pop in issues
there
in this
definitely
trailer,
is
so-
pop
and
in,
we're not
Well,
talking
wait.
about
Do we
that,
have this
you know.
video on 4K, guys?
no. But
Yeah,
but
we
I
are
mean,
watching
like,
it. Yeah,
looks,
compression of a compression, right?
as far as the map, it looks very plain. I don't know how else to describe it. Like they plan on adding a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
to fill it in to make it feel more alive, more vibrant, more. And it just seems very naked.
And I know I mean, maybe that's specific, right? They're only showing us. They just want to show us like the actual game, some of the gameplay, like what it is capable of.
In fairness, it looks
But
like.
it looks like he's just running around on an island by himself.
In fairness, it looks like to me actually, having looked at this statue thing that he's running, or this looks like the old courses that we were on years later.
Like that climbing animation
overran.
looks
They're
stiff.
overran. So I wonder if it has to do with time. Like we're going back to his world that we knew in the original in the old Sonics, the classic Sonics. But the world's dead. Like this is overran.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and we don't really know what's the point yet, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're getting out of this.
BT2U says there's another video that IGN released today that shows combat. I've not yet seen that. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I've not
And
seen
he
the
also says we
combat
wouldn't be
either.
surprised if they
pull it up.
delay it. Psychotic says I'm with X1 on this. I need more info on why we are in this world. Nate92 says it looks like an amateur Unreal demo.
It kind of does.
Beast-
But Unreal is a great engine, so that's why it would look so good.
Yeah,
At the
and
same
Beast
time,
says watching this, I don't understand why he's doing anything. Like, where is he going? Why? What's the
combat
point?
gameplay. Here it is.
Then he
I'm
just
gonna
suddenly
pull it
stops for no reason.
Yeah,
It's the sudden stops that get me.
yeah. There's just a lot of
Because that's not Sonic. You only stop in Sonic when like you hit a spikes and you lose your coins, like your rings. Yeah, shing, shing, and you're like shit.
No, that's when you dive on one of the coins so you don't die.
So you don't die. Yeah.
Okay, so we pulled up the
Combat trailer.
stuff. We'll take a look at this.
Oh, we're in a new part of
I'm
the
gonna
world,
skip ahead.
just like that.
I don't want to. We've already seen the world a little bit. There we go. Okay.
Okay, let's see. So this is a boss.
We're watching this for the first time, everybody, live on the show.
Yeah. And Sonic is doing some crazy air attacks here.
Lot of-
it's like an action, right?
Yeah, it's like
action
an action
combos.
combat here.
It sounds
He's being thrown away. It's a clear open world. I don't even think that was a boss fight. That just looked like a normal. So these are like normal.
So he's
Bad
fighting
guys.
balls.
yeah. These are normal balls.
Oh, he had his
There's his
coins
rings.
taken away. Oh, amateur mistake. He didn't go for his coins. He did not go for his coins.
Amateur mistake. And one hit and you're dead. One hit and you're
So
dead,
does it look?
bro.
It's got like a dodge. He just dodged, right?
Yeah.
So obviously there's combos that we can't see the HUD either. So they're hiding that on purpose, obviously.
Yeah. So the combat feels, I hate to say it, like it's on kind of rails. That how to explain it? It feels like
almost like quick time combat.
Well, I could see it being like a Devil May Cry type of combat.
Oh, I actually like that move right there.
interesting. So, all right. I don't know. I think the combat feels not. It feels. I don't know how to put it. It's not fluid. It's anti-fluid combat.
I think David put it best. The jury's out. It's one of those things like we'll see how it comes together.
Yeah. Okay.
Type of thing, you know?
Fair.
Yeah, even in the combat here.
I hope it comes
really
together.
fun.
Yeah, I hope it comes because Sonic is a fun character.
Again, my issue here is Sonic's power as what makes him so powerful is his
fast.
speed, and he's not. We're not.
He's
we're not
supersonic.
Yeah, we're not
see?
utilizing what makes Sonic unique here. Like this is, I could put a freaking, I don't know, near Automata skin over this, and it wouldn't be any different. Like the combat would be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I hope it's good.
No, I hope it's. I mean, look, Sonic is the guy that single-handedly went to war with Nintendo in the '80s, right?
Oh, well, he
This-
didn't succeed.
Well, you know, but he
But
did
was
it by
against-
himself.
He
You know,
was against Plumber.
yeah.
I mean, you don't mess with those guys. I mean, yeah.
Well, hey,
Sonic
hey,
versus
put it this
Mario.
way.
We all
Hey,
know who's gonna win.
Check it out. After the war, they recruited Sonic.
Okay.
You know.
It's true.
Yeah.
They did.
So, but it's just it.
There's one
to
thing
me,
I've learned: you don't mess with a plumber. You don't
or
mess.
a hedgehog. Anyway, it just it to me it just seems early is all.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we get to the questions and close out the show here, June's Game Pass is freaking strong.
What is it? Yeah,
it's really powerful. We're going to Assassin's Creed Origins with the upgraded 60 frames per second, the next gen upgrade there. Really, really cool stuff. Now, you guys, where does Origins lie? If you never played Origins,
That was
it's on
That's
it's
was
on Game Pass,
Sparta,
so you'll
right?
be able to play it.
No, that was Odyssey.
It's Egypt.
Origins was the
Egypt.
first one that made the major changes.
gotcha. I love that. I love that one.
Yeah, Origins was really fun. Because it was new. Like, it was
Yeah.
like, oh, we have a gear system.
Maybe-
I mean, love or hate the gear system, that all depends on preference. But it was different.
Yeah,
know.
I really maybe that's why I liked it so much.
It was a little bit more fresh.
Yeah, it was more open, which is weird to say. Like you could do whatever you wanted. I feel a lot more than in the others. The other ones were open, but linear open.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know. I will say the next iteration, Odyssey, was the one where it was just like, who cares? Let's just kill people,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
doesn't
they went
matter.
all in.
Yeah, you can assassinate whoever, and the person next to was like, whatever, go
Well,
buy something.
you can assassinate whoever in the other games. Odyssey just didn't have a system that cared.
Yeah.
Whereas the other games were like, oh, don't do that. That's an innocent.
Don't do that. Help.
Yeah, so Odyssey, and the other one is For Honor. Big game that's...
So
that's
not
coming.
Odyssey, Origins. Right?
Sorry, Origins, yeah. Origins.
Great
and
game.
then
I
For
really
Honor.
like that game. So For Honor.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna? Is that game still?
They're still pulling
Oh,
up
yeah.
relevant to it. Yeah.
I think Ubisoft has the best
They
game
support
as
their
service
games,
model.
yeah.
Like they do such a good job, and For Honor is one of those.
Yeah, they do
examples.
stick with their games.
I did. I really enjoyed For Honor for the week that I played it. What? Why did I stop playing that? I think something else. Maybe Destiny was in the way. I don't
Other
know.
people got way better than us, probably.
Oh, it was probably I sucked. I sucked at the combat. There's a good. Well, no, I think
way
when
better than us.
When we did fight each other, everyone would use like the overpowered, quick person. That I just was like,
I'm out.
yeah, it was really
Anyways,
quick.
yeah, big name, and Xbox has said that we're not done for the month, which makes sense because we've got the Bethesda showcase. They're probably
Yeah.
going to announce something saying, "And this to Game Pass right now," which would be
Available now.
which will be super cool. So very exciting. Game Pass continuing to crush it that way.
Can I go? I know we're still watching some Sonic gameplay. Can I
Yeah.
say I really like this fight we're watching?
Yeah, this fight is
This
interesting.
the mechanics on this.
yeah, this is
so
we're
it's
basically
a boss
watching
fight.
him fight a skyscraper.
Yeah, it's a boss fight. I really liked. I kind of like the mechanics that were in there. So that's cool that they're bringing in mechanical boss fights.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Let's turn that off.
Now, want to get your opinion on some things, or I actually just asked you a question. Psychotic brought this up as a super chat earlier. He said, "Happy Friday, bros." He's been a member for 24 months. Thank you very much, Psychotic. Happy Friday, bros. Have you tried the new Diablo Immortal yet?
yeah,
Yeah,
I was actually
Jordan,
playing it for Mark
when-
on my phone.
Yeah, when I was setting up, Jordan just sat down and played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me thoughts,
So
impressions.
I think 50% of the game is your really good Blizzard developed and cared and really took in like what device they were developing it for.
Okay.
It is first and foremost a mobile game. The other 50% is the fact that it is first and foremost a mobile game. and that's where a lot of the issues lie, microtransactions and such. So I haven't gotten. I'm only level 12, so I probably played about 30 to 45 minutes on my PC, and then probably played another little bit here at Mark's house on the phone just to try it out.
So the game is free to play, and the complaint is that it's pay to win.
Yeah, definitely.
How do they do that?
So from what I've not gotten to this part or done this part yet, but from what I understand, you can do rifts, and you can buy stuff that make those rifts drop better equipment.
So what are rifts? Like what?
Rifts are like in Diablo 3, you go into this rift and it's like a dungeon.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
and they may use different terminology. Like I said, I'm very early on, but from what I've seen, like online listening to people, like that seems to be one of the things you can do.
Yeah.
So you can just pay money to get better stuff in those drops.
Essentially,
that drops.
yeah, is what it seems like. But the thing is what's kind of like difficult. It's because like I can see myself, because I'm not a huge phone gamer, but the game feels...
We call them famers.
Famers, yeah. I'm not a huge famer.
I like it.
But I can see myself playing this game like on my phone 30 minutes before I go to bed. Now, I do want to go through the whole thing because, I want to know what the story is, and there's quite a lot of content packed into this game. I will be primarily playing it from my PC. That is where another problem lies. It's not a huge deal because it works, but you can tell they just ported the phone to the PC. And
Yeah, I did watch some streamers playing it, and they're clicking with their mouse. And
and it's like, well, why can't I just hover over this with my mouse and it shows me, and then I just drag the stuff you're used to on the PC. Or, for example, when I go into a menu, how do you get out of a menu? You hit escape. But every time you hit escape, you have to actually go and click because they're just your mouse is simulating your thumbs, which on mobile works, but on a computer it's not that it doesn't work, it's just not efficient.
Yeah.
And it makes me think like I miss the days of Blizzard where like when Diablo 3 came out for console, they sat down and they took the care to port their game so it was the best experience for that platform. And that's what they did phone-wise. Like it is an incredible experience on the phone. Because it feels like a Diablo game. I mean, it's a good experience on the computer as well. It feels and sounds and behaves like a Diablo game. It's just, it's not optimized interface-wise.
Yeah, graphically it looks really good. I've been watching people play it. Now, is there a way around the pay-to-win? For instance, if I spend $50, $60, the price of a real game, can I for forever be...
A god?
Not have to do any of the pay-to-win stuff?
I mean,
I don't.
just paid to win.
Yeah, you just paid to win.
I don't.
So
If I
No,
let me
but-
ask you
but
this:
I mean,
if I pay to win,
what I'm saying
can I
is-
consider myself not paying to win?
No, what
Answer
I'm
me that.
saying is...
I would feel better about myself.
What I'm saying
if
is
I did not pay to win.
What I'm saying is a one-time purchase for the price of a regular game. Does that get me a standard game experience?
I don't know. Once you get to end game and you start doing it, sounds like from looking at some of the different.
Because
things
if they
in
do
the
that,
codex-
I don't have a problem with that.
Well, looking at some of the things, it looks like they have Paragon levels, which are like your prestige stuff. So I don't know if there's eventually a cap. I would assume the idea is not to have a cap, so you keep spending money. But I'm literally only level 12, so I'm not super far in. But
it just released.
I have seen it seemed the general consensus of the game is everybody's fine with like the gameplay side of it. It's like even playing on the computer, I'm like, okay, this was designed for mobile and I can see that. Yes, I do wish they took a little bit more effort and care to make it more PC friendly, but it's not it's not like it's little things like why can't I just hover over this and it shows me the stats and stuff like that, right? I think a lot of people's issues and my issue as well is just it's just the monetization. Like if they were to do, I mean, it's just their monetization is very heavily phone influenced. If that makes sense.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
it is a phone.
It is
game.
a mobile game that I can guarantee you they rushed a PC port.
Oh yeah,
just to appease their fans. I guaranteed. So the model is mobile.
Yeah. Which you can see when you're playing on the PC.
Yeah, but I so for instance, in a mobile game, like let's just use Clash for Clans because everybody knows that Clash for Clans is built in a certain way that works for that monetization model, I guess. I'm not sure that you can take. It sounds like what they did is took a traditional Diablo and slapped on that monetization model over the top of a traditional Diablo game. Correct?
That's
Incorrect?
kind of from what I can see now, because it does like when you jump in, you feel like you're playing Diablo 3.
Yeah,
you feel like you're playing an extension.
I'm
of
just
Diablo
curious. I'm just curious if that works, if that feels correctly. Because in a Clash for even like a Clash for Clan, I don't have a problem with paying for that. With the way that they do it, it's not necessarily an issue. I think the jarring part is that the game is a Diablo game with this pay for play skin over the top of it.
I think they could have monetized it different. I mean, obviously,
and to be clear, you don't have to pay.
No, yeah.
It's free to play, which is how these work. You're just heavily incentivized.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're responsible with a credit card, you'll be fine.
Yeah, like
if you're not,
says,
then you'll have to don't play this game.
Psychotic
Like,
says,
what it comes down
I'm
to.
level 30. I've spent $1 so far, and my gear is holding its own.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I want to get to end game because I'm not at end game. There's other different content creators that I follow that have talked about that, and you can see that it is pay to win. Like you can see, going into those rifts and getting that extra gear and stuff. You know what I mean? But again, I am level 12. I'm gonna play it throughout the weekend because I'm so far enjoying the gameplay of it. Even on my phone, which is surprising. Like I said, I can see myself playing this just before I go to bed on my phone. Primarily, I'm going to play it on my PC, but when I get to level 60 and we start doing the Paragon levels and the end game stuff and see where it comes down to the pay to win stuff, there's PvP in the game too. So does that carry over into PvP? And then
Of course.
Of course, because if you
But
could
if
pay your way to the
kills.
top, why not? So I think there's different ways they could have monetized it. I think they could have done skins, which they already do, in addition to other stuff that they're doing. But I mean, we'll see once I get to the later stages of the game. But from what I can see from other content creators, and seeing what you can do with the rifts and buying, I think it's like the gems and stuff. Anyway, you can get better gear by paying for it, by paying for an item that gives you better gear.
Well, there you go.
So-
There you go. Diablo 4 Immortals.
Well, that might be a good thing. Why? What if I just only want to play it 10 minutes a day?
Yeah.
Pay money?
Pay money, slap it down. This could be your new.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm for pay to win.
This could be your.
but
I'm just saying.
there is that option.
There are perks if
this
you
could
have
be your
money.
new Hearthstone.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Well, Hearthstone.
That's player friendly pay to win. It's like
Yeah,
Genshin
Hearthstone,
Impact was
I think-
player friendly pay to win.
Card games in general, you kind of get,
Like Magic the Gathering is pay to
you
win.
buy packs.
Yeah.
That's how they monetize that game. The more packs you buy.
Yeah, but that's not unusual for those types of games, even in real life. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
saying.
Like that's
Magic
that
the
model.
Gathering is pay to win.
it's the best card. I've said it many times. The best card in your deck is the debit card. Just to be clear, I was joking. I'm not necessarily for pay to win, but when you don't have time to play all these games, I mean,
And you want to be a god.
and you want to just destroy noobs, there are perks.
Percolating. Let's take some questions. Let's take 2 questions here, and then we'll close out for the week and get ready for next week's Bethesda Showcase, everybody. If you want to submit a question, you can do so every single week over on YouTube, youtube.com/XoneBros. Hit that community tab, and a question goes up. A mail sack every week. Rick Gaffney writes in and says, "Hey, bros, how are you all? This is not game-related, but I was wondering what you think of Mr. Johnny Depp winning his defamation case. Also, do you think he plays Xbox? And if so, what Xbox does he have? The X or the S?" So congratulations to Johnny Depp
on winning.
on winning. Against that.
Can I be like transparent here? I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, so
It's the Johnny Depp Amber Heard.
but-
like it's
like
you should. I don't want
reality television.
It's the
on
greatest
steroids.
reality TV I've
Yeah,
ever seen.
Spoiler alert! It's hilariously awesome.
You would never think watching a court case would be so entertaining.
Well, what's funny is
Imagine Judge Judy, but like with Jerry Springer scenarios.
Yeah, but it's real. But this is real.
Yeah.
that's funny. Well, I know that
man.
my YouTube recommended stuff that it splatters that everywhere, and I don't know why. I've never watched court cases.
You would be.
I have never.
It got it right. You would enjoy it.
Oh,
it's
just a good time.
it's reality TV at its finest.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
I learned a lot from that case. I
Okay.
did.
So
Don't date crazy chicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't hire Amber Heard's lawyer team. They
And don't be Amber Heard.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
All right.
realize who she was.
Dude,
She's the Aquaman.
Yeah,
girl,
she's
though.
an Aquaman.
I didn't
think
realize that.
she's Flute Lady.
She's Flute Lady?
Yeah.
So Flute Lady went up against the Pirate of Pirates?
Yeah.
Flute lady.
Went up against Edward Scissorhands?
Flute lady.
And a duel to the death, man.
Flute lady pooped in Edward Scissorhands' bed.
Yeah, that was
just to
that
get
was,
back to
that
it.
was like episode 1.
That was like episode 1.
Wait, you're not like being
No,
metaphoric.
it is
No.
under testimony.
That is technical.
yeah, it is.
She pooped in his bed?
And the way Johnny Depp describes it is hilarious. Like
Yes.
it's just, it was.
He has to like describe it on like
Oh
on
yeah.
the stand.
Oh yeah.
And it had corn kernels. Like
No, the best is one of the lawyers was asking Johnny Depp.
Didn't he object himself?
No, didn't he go like? This was early on as well. This was like episode 2.
Chat's calling it a revenge poop.
Yeah, revenge.
Everyone knows, man.
Everyone knows.
There's
Where
gonna be a
have you
movie
been?
made about
I'm
that.
telling you.
Well, no, I just don't.
No, but
You have got to watch
I
it from the
don't
beginning.
like to watch like mainstream stuff because everything upsets me.
No, this
You know?
is great production.
this is like
value.
facepalm hilarity.
Yeah.
It's what TikTok was made for.
The memes coming out of this have been top tier.
So what was the one where they asked him about can you keep crack in there or cocaine or something?
Oh
in
yeah,
his
yeah.
thing?
He was like,
The
look,
lawyer.
he goes, I've never done it, but that it looks like you can. That's a good idea. And then,
But it's the way he says it.
under
It's hilarious.
under testimony, he literally said he gave Marilyn Manson pills just to shut him up.
It's like, why did you give him these pills? Because he was talking.
I had to shut him up.
Oh
It
man.
was so funny. Like it was, and then like Amber Heard's lawyers had like a really rough first week. They like the guy literally objected himself, and even the judge was like, "But you asked the question." Like it was so funny.
Or when Amber
man.
Heard, she took money from Johnny Depp when they like got divorced or split up or whatever, and pledged it to because the case is that she accused Johnny Depp of
Like domestic
violence, and so he's suing her because that ruined his career. Is basically suing her for defamation. He won, but part of the reason he's won is because there's one point where she's on stand and she made a big deal about it. Like they got divorced. She got some money from him, a few $1 million or whatever. And I'm paraphrasing. Everyone's like, he's not getting this right. But I'm paraphrasing. And pledged it to like women shelters and the
Okay.
ACLU and something like that. And
The
so
money she got from the divorce.
yeah, and then made a big deal, wrote an article about it, and that's part of the defaming him. And Johnny Depp's lawyers are questioning her and said, "You never actually. Where is that money? You never gave that money to charity." And she says, "I did. I pledged it." And the lawyer like
gave it to him.
I'm telling you, you cannot make this up.
Oh yeah, it's
Like, no, you're not listening to me. The money never made it to these organizations. Yes, it did. I pledged it.
no. She never said yes.
She
It
never
did.
did.
She
She
said no.
Did you
I
donate
pledged
that
it.
money? Yes, I pledged it, and kept saying it.
Wait,
no, you're
so
not
did
listening.
you
And then she tries to get like outsmart the lawyer, and she's like, when you buy a mortgage on a home, you don't pay it all up front. And the lawyer's like,
No, and again, you will not believe this, but this legitimately happened. I think this was like episode 2 or 3.
Episode.
Yeah, we're talking an episode. They're like 6-hour episodes because they're all day. But they literally got the guy. I don't know. He couldn't make it to the courtroom. They got a witness, and he had to like Skype in. He was driving around in his car vaping during the entire test. It was hilarious. It
Yeah.
was like the security guard for like a pet house.
yeah,
It was so funny.
Yeah, Reactor League's right. There are writers in Hollywood on the worst drugs that couldn't make this up coming off
I know.
a vendor.
Like it is.
Reactor League
Yeah.
just said season 2 is going to be lit.
Season 2 is gonna be lit. Yeah. Oh man.
I think Johnny Depp has a Series X, and I think I would agree with Chat. Chat said earlier he's got a bunch of them smashed in the corner.
I think he's a Series S guy.
I'll be honest, he seems like a PlayStation guy.
Yeah, he might be.
But he is in Sea of
He's
Thieves.
doing
And
like a
then-
PlayStation.
He is in
I
Sea of
just,
Thieves.
I just gotta say.
He plays Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, so he's an Xbox.
Well,
guy.
no,
Oh
but
wait,
Jack
no,
Sparrow
he's
is in it,
Jack
yeah.
Sparrow in Sea of Thieves. I got.
So
So he plays Sea of Thieves.
when they leave, there's like fans outside the courtroom. Johnny Depp walks out. He always waves to the fans, and it's like, okay, they're both crazy, but Johnny Depp is just likable crazy. Right?
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay, that's
So-
fair.
He's Johnny
Because
Depp.
don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
like Johnny Depp has issues, obviously,
There
but
goes
he,
the greatest pirate I've ever seen.
but he at least he's more charismatic,
Yeah, like
right? He's
like
just
he was in England. He wasn't even in the courtroom when the verdict came out, and he was in England, and they like go to him walking down the street, hearing about it, and like he's high fiving people.
So he goes outside. He shakes all the security. He's like friends with all the security guards. There's fans across the street. He's waving to him. So he gets in his Escalade, rolls the window down, and just blasts reggae music and waves to everybody as he leaves. It was great television.
Well, Rick Gaffney,
Anyway.
thank you for the question. You completely derailed us there. Thank you very much. Last question of the day comes from It's Mint. Hey, bros, with EA shopping around for a potential buyout or merger, who do you think is likely to purchase them? And on the subject of EA, which of their franchises licenses would be better served if handled by another developer? He says, I'd like to see the UFC license given to NetherRealms to see what they can do with
that's
a
a
realistic
good
fighting
question.
game. That is a very good question. And that's a good
NetherRealm is Mortal
suggestion.
Kombat.
Yeah, let Mortal Kombat handle the UFC and see how they handle it. I think so. Xbox.
Well, that would be awesome. Can you imagine like the UFC,
You get, like,
fighters
the
having
rib-
a backstory and then going through like the campaign?
it would be cool.
Oh
would be
man,
cool.
yeah. Because like Injustice, like you have the all,
Yeah, Justice is really good.
and you know how they pull out. This,
Why don't we do a collaboration?
But how cool?
Mortal Kombat UFC.
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat,
UFC. But how cool would that be? Like he goes to his mansion or whatever. McGregor, for example, pulls drives in his Lambo and then he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then it goes into a fight in the lobby. UFC.
Tap out the burglar, the criminal in your house.
Like the campaign alone would be worth having NetherRealms do that. That's awesome.
So I think rumor is that Apple is looking at them, which is very interesting, and a lot of people have talked about this. So this isn't my ideas coming, but of a few months ago, maybe even longer than that. But Phil Spencer and Xbox was asked like who. Phil Spencer basically said, and I believe it was Phil Spencer, that their competition, they view their competition as Google and Amazon. And at the time, people were like, well, why? But it's because of the future of cloud gaming. And it's why when you look at who's looking and who's been trying to get into, whether it's WB that's up for sale, whether it's Ubisoft rumoredly up for sale, or EA now, it's not necessarily traditional gaming powerhouses that are looking to buy these. It is your Apples, your Amazons, your Googles.
Yeah, but doesn't
of the
Google
world.
just buy studios and close them down?
Yeah, but the reason is because everyone is. I think we're going to see a just giant shift in gaming here. I really do. I mean, you've got to set yourself up to be able to weather that storm and come out on top, or at least come out competitive there. I think Microsoft is set up there with their servers. I mean, Sony has to go to Microsoft for those servers. If cloud is the future, I think Apple buys them. I really do.
Well, do you think this is my question when I think about those other companies, and I don't really know how to say it other than this. Like, do you think they have? Do you think they have the stones to jump into the video game space? Because like if you look at Google, although I will admit Amazon is doing better than Google. But if you look at Google, it feels like Stadia didn't do so well, so they kind of pulled back.
I think Google's
You know what I
problem
mean?
is the way they're organized.
Let's take Microsoft as an example. They released the original Xbox. They did some really cool stuff, like Google doing really cool stuff with Stadia, but there were some issues with it. What'd they do? They doubled down. They said,
Yeah.
okay, here's the issues. Let's fix it. Let's go 360. They found
Yeah.
issues with 360. They figured, you know what I mean? Like Microsoft had people in charge that heavily invested in this, and that's why they're where they
they're
are
at.
today.
Agreed.
I don't feel like Amazon and Google have those people. They
I
they
think-
see it as like a money grab, and it didn't work. We're out.
No, I think Amazon.
Amazon is willing to lose a
Yeah,
lot of money.
I feel like
to eat
Amazon.
Twitch.
I feel
Yeah.
like Amazon is more so in it, like because they have
No,
New
I
World,
think Amazon is in it.
Lost Ark.
I don't.
you
I
know.
think they're figuring things out and what they want to do. I mean, even their games published to big audiences. Like there's no.
Yeah.
Their game, whether or not you like them now or they're sustainable, that's irrelevant. to this discussion, I mean, just because they publish to huge audiences, I think Amazon is figuring out how to do it, and I think Amazon's going to be a player.
No,
I think Apple is gonna they moved to their arcade thing, which on my phone I get advertised all the time on it, which is basically their Game Pass. It's not for me necessarily, but they can build that subscription base through their games. You bring in an EA, you have an Apple TV or whatever, you have streaming capability. I think Apple's all in on EA. I think Apple would get them.
Yeah, but what do you do with Madden and stuff?
No,
like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
EA needs a hardware partner.
Battlefield, and you know what I mean.
That's
like,
not mobile.
Well, no, but here's the thing: you don't scrap. They're not. Whoever purchases them is not scrapping everything that they're doing. If anything, they can put more money in. They can overhaul the development teams of all these iconic games that they have.
And not release them on hardware anymore? Like
No, if Apple buys them, Apple's not making those exclusive. Apple's jumping into the
space,
the gaming space. And the reason is because of how much money is in the gaming space, and everybody's waking up to that, and everybody wants a piece of it. I think that you would have benefits. They would try to make accessibility, playable benefits on your phones or through your TV or something that way. But why? That's what Game Pass is doing.
Well, prioritizing their it's a hard. I've been on Android for quite some time, and they give me the ugly bubble when I text somebody. They like, I don't know.
No, but
they do things I disagree with.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they would prioritize them or put them behind that wall. I actually don't think that they would.
It would just be their version of Game Pass, right?
I think, it would be their version of Game Pass that is also available everywhere. I think.
But I feel like their attitude is they're going to shame me for not playing on their Apple phone or something.
Yeah, maybe, but not only in the same way that Xbox shames you for not playing on Xbox. Like, Xbox is the best place to play this game. That's what they would say.
I know, but they don't. I don't know. It's hard to put into words. I don't know. I have some issues I got to work out with Apple. There's obviously,
there's deep.
I understand. There's deep roots that I have. I need to talk to somebody about.
No, okay. I think maybe Apple doesn't buy them. Regardless of who buys them, these types of players are looking at purchasing gaming companies and our traditional big gaming companies.
But see, I feel like Amazon is the only one willing to take the risk. Like, they're keeping up with New World. New World had its initial hype, and then it died down because a lot of people saw the issues of New World. New World's still fun; it does have issues, but they're continuing to invest and make it better, right? Yeah. Same with they own Twitch. Same with they publish Lost Ark here in the West. I feel like Amazon is willing to go all in. I don't feel like Google is. Someone in chat, I forget who it was. I think it was Jacques. Google tries to make everything a startup. They don't invest until it starts making money. I do feel like that's a Google thing.
Yeah, I think Google's structure is not that.
I don't think Google's the one to do it.
And I don't think Apple is the one to give leniency to developers.
Maybe.
I
guess you'd have to be in on that meeting on why they're buying it. Because in my mind, I think these big companies that are out there all vying for these different developers are doing it to get in the space.
The one thing I do know,
not to force people to their product, but to say, hey, this is a giant pie that we're missing out on. Let's get a piece of that pie.
My perception of Apple is they micromanage their subsidiaries essentially. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't see that. I think that they have experience in gaming, so that you don't
mobile gaming.
Yeah, but that's still a platform. It's no different. It's like a Steam platform. There's requirements to be on Steam. There's requirements to be on Apple. The developer is still separate from that. I think that the same way Amazon, when you play the Amazon game, you're playing it the same way that you would play any other game. It's just Amazon owns it. And I think Amazon's going to continue to develop and build this library of games, and their goal is probably to become a powerhouse in gaming.
My guess, if I were to guess any of them doing it, I think Amazon would do it.
That makes sense.
Just because of what I've seen, right? Like I feel like they're equipped to do it and willing to lose the money.
But but let's not even talk about Apple, because there's also like giant investment firms looking into these these types of purchases that aren't traditional gaming. Like, who owns EA can help EA or hurt EA, but everybody that wants a piece of it sees an opportunity to get a cut of a giant pie.
Yeah.
And I think that has never
Well, here,
existed
I
in the
mean,
way that it exists today.
I don't think anything else big is going to happen this year, but EA does have a very good relationship with Microsoft.
yeah.
I think Microsoft is probably trying to build their savings account back up.
Does
But-
EA when this
Are they, though?
when this purchase goes through, does EA remain on Game Pass? Of whoever purchases EA.
Well, I mean, it depends on whatever contracts they have, right? And what would happen
Well, let's
to
say
EA.
the contract,
What
like,
would happen to EA Play? And I mean, it all depends on how Microsoft negotiates it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just depends because EA Play is a part of Game Pass now, or
Do you
Game
think
Pass Ultimate.
EA benefits from being sold?
Well, they're owners.
Well,
No,
listen, okay.
no.
What
Benefit-
I what,
ben- no,
honestly,
I mean,
what
benefits
I
us, like, do you think we get better games? Do you think it's more likely we get better games with a sold EA or EA remaining?
It
how it
depends
is?
entirely on the purchaser.
And yeah, because I think it depends on whoever is in charge of EA, whether that be them being their own owners right now, and they, and whatever, changing leadership or whatever, and or like Mark said, whoever buys it and puts this, whoever's in charge, I think makes a big difference. So
Yeah.
they could be successful without being bought, and they can be successful with being bought. I really think what happened is everyone saw, holy shit, $67 billion, and now everybody's for sale. You know what I mean?
Well, I think
I really think that's what
no,
happened.
again, and
Well, it started at 11 billion.
Again,
and it went up from there.
I think.
Bethesda's, and then once.
Well, I think it's an example of Xbox had a vision,
Yeah.
and that vision is why aren't we Netflix for gaming, basically.
Yeah.
And I think they took criticism at first, but with the purchases, they've shown they're all in on this. And I think other giant companies with money. I mean, when you're talking Apple, you're talking and Microsoft, the 1 and 2 companies in the world, right?
Yeah.
Profit wise, and or liquidity wise too. I think what they're seeing is, Microsoft, there's something there. We need a piece of that. And I think that's what's fascinating. And it's why I think we're going to see big changes in gaming because of, ultimately, call me a fanboy, Xbox, again, leading this. They're
Oh, no,
adding
I
the
think-
changes.
I
They're at
think
the
you're right,
edge,
yeah. No, I think
the
you're
forward
right.
front of this.
Yeah. Maybe a bunch of other publishers just get together and say, hey, let's do our own thing, like EA, Ubisoft.
Yeah, well,
I think Chad even mentioned Warner Brothers.
Here's the thing. I don't even think that it's necessarily a company wants to buy this publisher to create their own pass. I think it's that company wants to buy publisher to sell a crap load of entertainment to the world. The age of movies not being what they once were.
Well, is EA has EA
Gaming has taken that over. Gaming has taken that space.
has EA actually and I don't know, has EA actually said, hey, we're for sale, just so everybody knows, or is this all just rumors and speculation?
That I don't know. That's a good question. All I know is I've just taken it as fact, so I don't know.
yeah, because I mean, maybe there is somewhere out there, but I've not seen where EA said, hey, if anybody wants to buy us, we'll talk to you.
With enough money, anybody's for sale.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
67
Yeah,
billion.
EA.
dollars.
2 weeks ago, EA is reportedly seeking a sale or merger.
Well, but
reported everywhere.
reportedly doesn't mean they are, right?
Yeah, here are 5
I can
companies.
report stuff.
Yeah. Well, but that has been the ongoing, and then the rumor is that Apple is
So nothing
is
like
one of
officially
one of the
confirmed.
front runners really looking at them.
To go back to answer your question about would this improve things, David, what EA to me, a big chunk of their IPs are sports. Okay? I don't play a lot of sports games, so I would ask you, what is the state of Madden? What is the state of FIFA? Are they
I mean, there's no competition, really. So
but I mean, like, as a person that is a fan of those
it's
games,
they're high quality games, both of them, that make iterative changes every year and charge you $60 for those changes.
But I mean, EA also does make a lot of games you do like. BioWare, Dragon Age,
Yeah, sure, yeah,
Mass Effect. You know what I mean?
And we
So
did
what-
get
what-
a new the Dragon Age title for the next Dragon Age.
Yeah, Wolf something, right? Something
Wolf, Dreary Wolf.
like that. Sad Wolf. Dragon Age, Sad Wolf.
Sad Wolf, the Sad Wolf era. Okay, so do you think go back
Dread
to that-
Wolf.
Dread Wolf?
Wolf.
Yeah.
Do you think a purchase would improve Madden, for example? Because I'm going to throw this question back at you. 'cause
I
just don't
think
know.
my personal opinion, knowing nothing, not an insider, not an Xbox, or expert, and I have no idea how these deals work, how the structuring works. None of that. I do think new ownership or new board of directors or however that works would be good for EA. I would be good for those franchises, the sports franchises, in my opinion. I think that there's fresh blood, fresh vision, fresh aggressiveness. I think they have become comfortable in their space. I think Battlefield shows that. I think Battlefield looks like an attempt to change, but how it ends up being is it ends up feeling like change for change's sake instead of doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on what works and why people love your game and in perfecting that. But it's like change for change's sake.
I think that comes down to like leadership too, because Battlefield had a lot of good ideas. Like I like the shift back to modern. I like that they're kind of going for that Battlefield 4 feel. I like the swap system. Like they had a lot of good ideas, but they just weren't executed to a good standard, a lot of them. And I think that comes down to leadership, which is why, they shifted people around. I mean, the question is, why didn't you shift people around before? But
having said that, I mean, their Star Wars games have been really good.
Yeah, but that's Respawn. Respawn, we have seen
Apex crushing.
It has people in positions, good leadership that knows how to develop and
and I would be careful. Like again, I think sometimes we have blinders on. And we think like, oh, these big companies want them again for like a Game Pass. That's what they want to be. I don't think that's the case. I think Apex is a prime example. I think they see a game like Apex and Fortnite, and say, look how much money that individual title can bring us.
Maybe Epic,
and that's what these big companies want in on.
Epic would buy? They have so much money they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
could Epic,
and that's just Fortnite money. Imagine the other games they have.
But then Epic would own the DICE engine at that point, right?
Frostbite, yeah.
Or Frostbite. I'm sorry, the Frostbite engine. You've corrected me like 15 times in the last week. The Frostbite engine too. Would they buy it? Then kill it, so they just have
then Unreal. They would just have the Unreal engine. That would be funny.
Pull a Google.
That would be funny. Anyways, it's interesting. It'll be fun to see how all this shakes out, but we're more excited for next week.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun
exciting,
week.
Everybody. We're going to get hype.
Remember, we won't be here next Friday. We will be back the following Monday, the Monday after the Bethesda Xbox conference. So stay tuned. We're excited to come. While we play the outro music here, I will catch up on Super Chats. Chief Wiggum has a Super Chat and says, hey there, I finally get to make a live show. Chief, the Chiefster.
Chief.
Thank you very much. And Dieter Pinklage says, XoneBros for life. Cream of the crap, baby. Cream of the crap. Amen. Amen. Guys,
Thanks, everybody.
Xbox Showcase. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.